Oh my God. Yo. What is up, YouTube? What is going on? What's up? What is up, YouTube? Today, Rockstar. Oh, we're going to get into it. What's going on, guys? We're going to get into it. I already know. I know what you're saying. I can't hear you, but I know what you're saying. I already know. I already know. I got it. I got you. Message received. Okay, yeah. Been gone for a while. All right? Yeah. I did it. Been gone. Here now. Been gone. Got you. Been like a month. Out here just decreasing in age, looking younger and younger by the day. Nah, man, I don't know. Just been out living my life. And I slimmed down, but on the way back up right now. Got down to a trim. Normally, as long as you guys have known me, I'm usually chilling around anywhere between 330. I've been as heavy as 370 when I arm wrestled Tom Nelson. I'm usually chilling around 330, 340, somewhere in that camp. A couple days ago, like a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago, I was 308. Just barely above 300 pounds. But as of last night at the gym, I was 319. So we're on our way back up. No, we weren't cutting. It was just inactivity. It was just chilling. It was just not eating a lot. And it was just, weight was just, muscle was just depleting. So you got this, right? And now, but then I figured, right, I grew a lot of the reason I grew my beard out, one of the reasons I kept my beard originally was like, well, I gain all my weight here, right here, the double chin. I carry a lot of it right there. So a lot of times I was like, well, I mean, one, with the beard, I don't have to shave every morning. That's nice. But two, when I had the beard, it hides my big old fat double chin. So I liked it. But then I was thinking, I had my birthday in November, and I was really light, and I was feeling kind of old because I just turned 39, 22. And I was like, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit old. I'm really light right now. Let's get rid of the beard for a little bit. So got rid of the beard. Yeah. But now on our way back up. Gonna get massive, super sore from the gym. Anyway, so that's kind of what's been going on in terms of arm wrestling, which is what this channel is based around. Had a match that was supposed to happen in February in the Philippines with Mike Ford. That got canceled due to sponsors backing out. So, in preparation for that match, I had declined like 4 offers, I think, from other promotions. And I was like, no. I'm going to focus on this match. No other matches. Just going to focus on this one. So I turned everything down. Then that got canceled. So as of right now, I got nothing in the books, which is a big weight off my shoulders. It's so nice to kind of not have to stress about a deadline right now and just kind of ease back into everything, having a good time, and just go with the flow a little bit, slowly just getting beefy again, take my time, really get some quality muscle, my friend, some quality. So I'll take my time gaining and eating and growing, not in any kind of rush to pursue a match right now, but I'm sure other people have other ideas, and I'm gonna start getting invites and threats. But someone told me that Levon said something about me arm wrestling his buddy on one of Engen's podcasts. Anybody know anything about that? Anybody know anything about that? Anyway, if you do know anything about that, let me know. GB19, what's up? Alan Fishman, yo, Drew, Jody, Williams, my boy, what up? What's going on, guys? What's up, Beto? Are you cutting down to 115 kg? No. Cameron McNeely, What'd you think of the match? Ooh, Brian Shaw. Man, it's been that long since I've been on. Yeah, I haven't even talked about it. Happy for Brian that he won. Awesome. Congratulations on Brian win. I called it. I literally called exactly what Eddie was going to do and what style he was going to do. I'm not getting any recognition for it, Message Brian, message Devon, and he's going to top roll. He's gonna try to go to the straps and he's in a top roll. And but it's weird because I didn't expect Brian to hold on as much. But I don't know, man. I'm happy Brian won. The match was closer than it needed to be. Brian should have and had the ability to dominate Eddie, in my opinion. I think Brian was just, he's new. He's still learning. So I think there was just, Levon said me versus Kirill. Oh, I thought he was talking about Gennady. Is that his name? The strongman? I assumed he was talking about him because I thought they were talking about other Georgians that he's training with. Oh, me versus Kirill. Damn, it's a buff dude. I met Kirill once. I got a picture with him. He's a big guy. He's like almost my height, around my height. He's a big dude. And he's been training arm wrestling for a little bit, huh? I wonder. But yeah. So Brian trying to slip first round like that, but you could tell he wasn't comfortable doing it. I'm pretty sure Devon was like, "Yeah, just slip," and I don't think Brian's been training slipping very much. So that was kind of weird. I was like, he looked very uncomfortable doing it. Like, get off me. It wasn't like you could tell he hadn't been practicing it very much. So I would like to see. I don't know. I would like to see. There's a lot of things. Brian's new. So I'm hyped for him for sure. Just a lot of adjustments. I think he could have dominated Eddie 3-0 had he made some different choices. I think he has the strength necessary to dominate Eddie. I think if I pull Eddie, it'd be 3-0, no problem. But, whatever. Yeah. And he's touched hands with Levon as well. Who's touched hands with Levon? Oh, you're saying Brian? Mac, what's up, dude? Yeah, I'm back. Figure we try it out on a Wednesday again, hop in for a little bit, see how things go, see how you guys are doing. Need to touch base with everybody, see how the crew is holding up. How are you guys holding up, man? How are you guys holding up? In terms of the title, mentioned King's Move. One thing I've noticed online right now, big old argument right now, is about the King's Move. Again, dead horse. But Engen's kind of saying, if you guys have a problem with it, tell me how to define it and how to ban it, specifically. And it's he's posting pictures of Michael Todd, or one where he's under the table and his humerus is in a declining angle, so technically it's a foul. And then a different one where his humerus isn't in a downward angle, so technically it's not a foul. And he's asking, what's the difference? And everybody's saying you just need to ban the move. Krasimir is saying it's blatant cheating, the King's Move. It's not even considered a technique in his mind. It's just blatant cheating. Some interesting opinions going around about it. Very interesting. I'm so I don't even know where I stand on it. That's the thing, is that I see both sides. Obviously, I came up with the name King's Move. I see the side of it. I do. I kind of wanted to, I should have brought a whiteboard over here and made a T chart, and we could just list the positives and the negatives, and we could weigh it out. Do I have one? Well, I kind of do right here. Okay. You know what? Let's do this. I got a whiteboard. Oh, it's so bright. Okay. All right. Let's wipe this. Oh, no. It's a dry erase board, but the stuff that's on here has been on here for so long, it's permanent, not coming off. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. I think this thing's screwed, dude. I don't think it's coming off. Sorry. I was using it for damn. That would be cool. Well, never mind. Let's see. Crow's pulled with Levon and Irakli. Derek, missed you, buddy. Armenian arm wrestler, what's up, dude? Masmakatag still got a foul when he was not in declining position. Sad. Derek, are you able to press a King's Move, or does it hurt you too much? It depends on the person doing the King's move. It depends on what they're focusing on and how they're driving it. How to avoid King's move to agree while defending, not do. So I think that, okay, well, I'll put in some arguments for the positive, for the reasons that I think, maybe the King's move should stay around and should be a thing. It is a technique. It is within the rules of arm wrestling, the current rules of arm wrestling, right? And even with them changing the rules originally to try to go against it, it's still adapting and staying within the rules. So it's there. It is beatable, right? Guys that do King's move have lost. They've lost to people beating them. Whether Gennady was pressing at Devon and forcing Devon off the back of the pad, therefore eliminating his King's move in their super match, or it's just blatant too much power or too fast and opening up a King's mover's arm. There's been ways that have beaten the King's move for sure. Very difficult, but there's definitely ways. So, I mean, should we shy away from it if it's doable? The argument some people make, which I don't think is a very good argument, is we'll just get stronger. Okay, if the pinnacle of arm wrestling, the peak, the highest level of arm wrestling, we'll say traditionally has always been like, John Brzenk, perfect storm. John Brzenk known for being able to do all moves. Hook, top roll. Devon Larratt, no limits, right? Can do everything. Well, could do everything. I think he's back to being able to do a lot of stuff, right? Okay, so we acknowledge that kind of the pinnacle in terms of technical arm wrestling is being able to do multiple moves, right? We should all aspire as arm wrestlers to be able to execute all moves as best as possible. To be super one-trick pony, one move, I think in terms of technical ability is like not what we should all pursue, right? I think you should be able to do both. I think that you should be able to have different moves in your repertoire, right? I think that's a higher level. Now, there's some people that make it to best spots in the world that generally have one move. I'm not saying they suck, but I'm saying just generally, if our sport is to keep progressing, I think having matches where each guy is hooking and top rolling and pressing and all the things, I think that is what we should move towards. Just versatility on the table, 100%. That's what I think. So if that's what we think, if you guys agree with me, that we should all pursue versatility on the table, it was cool and exciting back when MMA was sumo wrestler versus boxer versus karate that was super cool to see the contrasting styles when people had one style. But eventually people kind of got a mixed mash of all the styles, right? Everybody trains your jiu-jitsu and your striking and this and that, right? So it's kind of now who's better with all the things available, which is kind of where we want arm wrestling to be in a sense of versatility. Now, yeah, if you have a move that the King's move perfectly counters, we should be pursuing versatility. So in that sense, we should be growing. We should be growing, right? So I don't like to just get stronger, don't be so weak, but more like we should all be trying to grow and become better arm wrestlers to have answers for problems like that. Because obviously these guys have lost, so there is an answer, 100%. Yeah. Okay, other positive things. I'm trying to think of other positives because the negatives I'm going to be able to go in for a little bit. Let's see. How to avoid King? Oh, wait, sorry. Jared, what's going on, dude? Why limit the game is what I'd be saying. Any sport, you need to be well-rounded. Yes. There we go. A couple other positives, right? One, it creates wars. Now, when people watch these wars, like random viewers watch these wars, they might be like, what's going on? But think if you're a random viewer watching arm wrestling, would you rather see a quick 3-0, boom, 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 or an ugly King's move war? What do you think? Would you rather see a quick 3-0 just smash and, oh, that was quick and that was over with? Or, even though it's ugly, a King's move war? So is it really like damaging the sport a ton in that sense? I don't know. But that goes up to people, matchmakers and stuff, making sure people are closely matched. So there's that. It does create wars. A little, yeah. Older guys. So the King's move. Once again, I'll go over this story with you guys really quick. I'll make it kind of short. I named the King's move. I came up with the word King's move. It was Crazy George had been around for a while, but as far as I could tell online, it was all speculation. He never really fully admitted that his arm didn't open up all the way. But I remember it was like people were hunting the Yeti or Bigfoot or whatever, and they were like, look at, they're posting pictures like, look at his arm's always bent even when he's just standing there talking to people. It was a whole thing. But then Michael Todd had recently started using it, and so they're calling it a bone lock. No one really knew what it was, and Engen at the time was pretty adamantly against the King's move because I believe, I don't know all the reasons, but I believe that Engen had injured himself against somebody that utilized that before in like a tournament or a super match. So he was pretty against it, and Devon was pretty for it. At this point, I'm pretty new in the sport, and I'm excited. It's on a Facebook post, and Devon and Engen are going at it. Well, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, well, Crazy George has it. He's been arm wrestling forever. Michael Todd has it now. I was like, these guys have been in the sport 20 plus years, arm wrestling forever. And Michael Todd, all heart and broken and snapped and hairline fractured his arms and all this stuff. And he had taken so much damage. He'd been into it for so long. These are kind of kings of the sport because they've been into it for so long, done so much damage and gone through so much in the sport. So that's where the word kings comes from, not derived from Crazy George or King George. Had nothing to do with that at all. It was purely guys had earned through years of abuse the ability to not open up their arm. Right? It stops because of all the work and stuff they've gone through. And it was a move for those kings, a king's move. That is where the name comes from. Once again, I've had to explain that a bunch of times. So that's where king's move comes from. But also in definition, by the way, guys, it is not a king's move unless if your arm can open up, then it's not a king's move. Because by definition, I named it because the inability to open your arm, that's where it comes from. So anyway, I have all the text and everything to prove that. I messaged it to Devon, explained why. He said, I love it, dude. Hell yeah. He started promoting it. Devon Larratt says something. It takes off. Wildfire. Boom. King's move is born. Anyway, so what it does have, though, is it has the ability to keep people in the game longer. There might be guys that would, getting older or whatever. I'm not specifically even saying Mike or Devon, but I'm saying that there's people, a lot of the guys that utilize this have been in the sport for a long time, and it keeps them in the sport, keeps them relevant, right? Is that a bad thing? I don't think so. That's another positive, right? Keeping some of our favorites in the game. The King's move came. The inability to open up their arm. Okay, another positive. Okay. Can you guys think of anything I didn't cover that's a positive argument as to why the King's move should not be banned and should stick around? It's a move. It's within the rules. It can be beaten. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else? Okay. All right. If you guys think of anything, post it. Let me know. We'll talk about your opinion. Chris H. I don't like the laying on your tricep, not your elbow on the pad, and also how some people have their elbow off the pad and it's more of a seesaw. I agree. Do they seriously? Oh, yeah, it's all over Facebook. Engen's made a few posts in different Facebook groups, just stirring the pot a little bit, getting people talking about it. And so that's what spurred me to make this the title. Okay, so against it. Picture this. I think I've gone over this scenario. There's a couple things. One, okay, what Afmau Cat, what's going on? Thank you for hanging out. Kind of what he mentions. One, if your arm fails and opens up to its fullest extent, should you lose? It's an arm wrestle. Literally, your arm failed to as far as your elbow flexor can possibly fail, all your elbow flexion, everything failed to its limits. Should you lose at that point? If it's literally as open as your arm can open, that means everything failed, or at least everything in your elbow flexors failed. Should you lose if your arm fails? Arm wrestling? Okay. I mean, or what if this? I know, and this is going to be an extreme, but it's going to kind of bring, I understand this train of thought. If I went out right now and somehow there's this surgical procedure and I get a metal bar implanted in my arm, I'm very public about this, right? I go and I vlog the whole thing. You guys follow my trek as I get this surgery and I get a bar, like titanium rod, somehow put under my skin, and it locks my arm at like even tighter than a 90, right? Impossible to open. Cannot. No human being, nobody is strong enough to open this. I can't even open it. Or maybe I have like a little switch and I can open it, but you can lock it, right? Anyway, arm cannot be moved there. They say go, and everybody knows this. I enter the world championship. I enter a super match. I become number one in the world, say somehow. Arm cannot open up past you. So they say go. I'm like, you guys see the scar or something like you do. Metal Man is my nickname. Would you guys all acknowledge me as number one arm wrestler in the world? Would you? Would it be legit? Would you guys still count it? If you guys know, I had done something in my body where my arm is no longer an average working arm in terms of range of motion and abilities and muscle attachments. It is now different than the other people's arms. And I utilized it the best as possible to win, become number one. So obviously that's a super extreme example, but if I don't have a normal working arm, like, then what? Then should I be in the disabled class, a special class? I don't have an average working arm in terms of range of motion. I don't know. You guys see what I'm saying? I know, like I said, I know it's extreme, but I'm saying it's like once I become at what point is the line where I'm crossed where people are like, yo, that's too much. Like eventually, someone comes in, they have broken their wrist so many times that it's fused like this, or it's fused where it literally cannot go backwards. And then that guy also gets a king's move. And then his wrist is also fused where it can't dump. So he just stays knuckles up and like, that's just the guy? Or what? Is that our champion? I almost feel like to an extent, remember, we did the whole positives for king's move, just weighing some negatives, some other side of the tracks here. Like, you should be able to have a fully operable arm. Or, and this is what Engen was asking, was how do you argue about what is a straight arm? Okay, that's pretty simple, in my opinion. Before the match starts, and this would take a split second. If you want to leave it up to the referees, if we trust our referees, our world-class trained referees, then each athlete walks up, referee goes, okay, let me see your arm, straighten it out. With no assistance, with just the arm, you go as straight as you can. You show them. If it stops right here, okay, that is a straight arm for you, for that guy. If your arm stops right here, that's a straight arm for you. Okay, now the referee knows what is your straight arm. What does your arm look like when it's straightened out? Without any assistance prying it open or like what you can do on its own. So that's a straight arm. That's a failed arm. That's an open bicep, right? Okay, then he goes based off that. If you're arm wrestling with a straight arm, I don't know. Do you guys want to stop it? Is it a foul? Is it a disqualification? Should that person be in a disabled class because they don't have a fully operable arm? I don't know. Like a normal range of, I don't know the word, normal range of motion, average range of motion. All right, let's catch up in the chat a little bit. Your arm is straight. It's a pin, says Afmao. Shmo, what up? J-Man Games, they have already changed a lot in favor of East. Favor of the East. If they want to remove the King's move, I am out. Why not remove the press too? Whoa, interesting. You're still better off now losing than you were before you started to arm wrestle. No. Shmo says no different than all the Juicy's boys shooting their butt. Ooh. Todd Clausa says the hand is part of the arm. If your pronation keeps you from being pinned, it's not a pin. Everyone knows that the hand is the key in arm wrestling. If the hand keeps you from being pinned. Okay, let's talk about pronation. Pronation is from palm up to palm down. Now, to rotate. So say I'm fully supinated. I can't supinate anymore. I'm all the way palm up. If I rotate my bones, my hand, so this is not literally not me using muscle, right? It's all I'm staying as supinated as possible, but I lean with a straight arm. That's not me using muscle to pronate over. That's literally still me using my joints and my bones to pronate my hand over. Is it still muscle? If it literally can't be supinated anymore? The muscle part has failed in a lot of it, right? I'm not saying everybody's at that extent. I'm not saying anybody's weak. These Kings Mover guys are weak. I'm just saying I thought about that, right? The hand and pronation. But if I'm just rotating my frame, my skeletal frame forward to keep my hand pronated, it's no longer muscle contraction, right? Let's see. But some things can't straighten their arms for the advantage. I don't want to see normal people. I like freaks, says Tough DC. Nailed it. Where were you? Oh, around chilling, hitting that Jenny Craig losing weight. People have tried already, like boxers, adding neck muscles and adding to chin surgically. This is Chris H. I never heard anything about that. Derek, you take Ozempic? I don't even know. I've heard of it. What is that? What is Ozempic? No, I don't take it, but what is that? Alan Fishman says the situation doesn't have to be extreme. We can pretend that a person just has a genetic defect that makes it to where their arm cannot be straightened, or let's say their wrist is always cupped. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to start the match if the wrist is always cupped. I say if it breaks, it breaks. Oh, Andy Beckett, what's going on? McGillicuddy, what's going on? Nelda says, to me, a straightened arm in a losing position is a parallel pin and lose. Right? Says PD's next 50% of the field is out. I cannot go fully supinating myself. Yo, Roy, what's going on? Andy, what's going on? Schmo says, Drew used to not be able to put his elbow down because his belly was in the way. Is he not allowed to arm wrestle? Dang. Whining about the Kings move is so 2018, says Roy. Well, that's the popular topic on all over Facebook right now. So I guess tell every arm wrestler that's in all those comment sections that same thing. It's the only reason I made this the topic. Yo, DF in the house. There you go. My main man, the mod with the most. Who's complaining, the athletes or the fans? A little bit of both. Well, Angen is kind of the one posting about it, starting the conversations, and then it's blowing up after that. So a little bit of both. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. J-Man says, how about this? How is it not impressive for a 115 guy to beat an 80 kg guy, but somehow it is impressive for a 100-plus pound super heavyweight difference? They should add more classes. Wait, how is it not impressive for a 115 kg guy to beat an 80 kg guy? Huh? It is. But yeah, no, so it's not impressive for the heavy guy to beat the light guy, but somehow it's impressive for a 100-plus pound super heavyweight difference. I'm not following you exactly. We should ban Zoke because of his defect too. And said it. Oof, I don't know, man. This could open up a whole different plethora of potential arguments. Engen doesn't like the King's move because he injured himself trying to power through it the first time he encountered it. Engen's not being very anti-King's move. He's basically, his stance right now is, all right, for those of you that have a problem with it, I need you to define it, because if Michaels, or he's using Michael as an example, is within the rules, then explain to me how and what we ban and how it's unfair. Because he's within the rules, because his humerus isn't in a decline. DF says, Happy New Year, y'all. Low Budget Life says, classes 140 plus. Ooh, okay. Gives main man. Jared says, I think he's referring to Levon against Devon. And greetings, y'all. Yeah. I don't know. As fans and as arm wrestlers, what would you like our number one guy in the world? Number one guy in the world, whoever this is, get Levon out of your mind, or anybody, all names out of your mind. Would you want it to be? I think I would prefer for people to look at our number one guy and be like, that's the pinnacle of arm wrestling. Like I should pursue to be that. And I want him to be a good example of what a elite level arm wrestler should be, but also what people getting in the sport or people that are not in our sport that are outside would be like, hey, maybe it brings them to our sport, to aspire to pursue that in terms of health, in terms of, just abilities and being well-rounded, all these things. I would like that, the number one guy in the world to be that. I want to be something that should be pursued, right? So you need to hold him up on there. That's what I want for sure, right? Hopefully not someone that's about to, that's all blasted crazy on steroids, that's arms and everything are so dysfunctional he can't move. Although I understand that's the arm wrestling side of it, and I love arm wrestling and kind of what it can create. But yeah, I would like someone that looks like an athlete, to be our number one guy for sure. That's my goal, or my want for our sport. Drew says part of the overall issue with arm wrestling in sport, so many variables. True. J-Man says if a 115 guy beats 80 guy, everyone would say it's not impressive. But when a super heavyweight outweighs his opponent by 100 pounds, it's impressive. Need more classes. Yeah, yes and no. Because for the most part, when after you pass like 250 pounds, the amount of body fat just goes. Like the human skeletal structure can only hold so much weight, especially in the upper body, which is where arm wrestlers are focusing on. So the amount of muscle isn't going to be insane. And then also, if you start taking away from, you start adding things like speed, endurance, things that will still benefit the lighter guy, it's not as big of a difference as it is at lighter weights, where it is like a pure muscle difference. Like, we all know there's some guys that you're going to see they're 500 pounds. There's not 500 pounds of muscle. You know what I mean? But also, I don't know what the cutoff is, but the human body isn't going to hold, especially in the upper body, like 400 pounds of muscle. When you guys 400 pounds, it's not 400 pounds of upper body muscle that we're using on the table. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's see. Schmo says we need to ban Engen from hitting too fast out of the go. It's not fair because others aren't as fast and they can get injured. No, I don't see it being the same thing. Not even close. Very hard to ref if you put too many limitations on what define a king's move. It's true. I agree. Then PDs would have to be out, as not everyone wants it that bad. Yeah, but that's a hard thing to prove. And then the more you try to prove it, the more people cheat and find about it. So then what? All of a sudden, 95% of them stop taking it, but the number one guy, the top guys are still taking it because they're just going to find ways to cheat it, at least as of now. Should be natty classes too. Yeah, just the testing costs so much money. That's why they generally don't have it. That's why they do random testing at the end of like tournaments, is because they can't afford to test everybody there. It's just too much money. I think what they say, each test is like $250 or something like that. Do you want to see Laletin versus Levon before Hermes versus Monster Michael Todd winner? Yeah, I'd like to see Vitaly and Levon again. But what else? If I had to pick watching Hermes and Monster Michael Todd or Vitaly and Letin, they're right there. I got to watch one and not the other. I would watch. I'm kind of interested. I'm pretty interested in Michael's comeback. I've been talking about it on here for a long time. That I believe now that he's gained range in, he can get tighter. There's a lot of opportunity there. A lot of options opened up for Mike. I haven't seen Hermes in a little while. Yeah, I'd probably watch Hermes and Mike. I mean, obviously, it's interesting to see what the number one guy can do. Vitaly's my boy, so is Levon. But I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of interested in Mike's story right now. So I'd probably watch Mike and Hermes. Testing for PDs is a can of worms and not easy to. Yeah, I agree. Ajay. Hi, Derek. What are you training with? When are you training with Brian Shaw again? No plans. We haven't spoken about anything about that. So your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine. J-Man says, example of Brian Shaw's 400 plus, but he could face someone that's 250. I understand what you're saying, though, for sure. Also, when you pulling next, miss seeing it. I don't have anything in the books. I had a match in February. it got canceled due to the sponsors backing out. I didn't accept anything else while in prep for that. And so now I got nothing booked, which is nice, man. I'm just cruising, just trying to get back in shape, get to a good level, just taking my time. I'm not stressed out about some kind of deadline right now. So that's where I'm at right now. In my opinion, same concept. We all have strengths, different strengths and weaknesses. We all have our strength to our advantage. Sometimes your strength is better than my strength. So you're saying that you think an arm that doesn't open up in an arm wrestling match is the same as somebody having fast twitch muscle fibers or slow twitch muscle fibers? You think it's that big? I don't know. I don't think it's a one-on-one comparison. Neil's index finger. Nothing wrong with the current rule. If the shoulder goes below the pad, a foul or a loss in a losing position. All the pros from all the sports know how to cheat it. Oh, testing. I agree, DF. Low Budget Life says Monty Michael Todd is a beast. I agree. Mike is a beast for sure. Veronica Knight, there she is. What up? What's up, AW fam? Hey, Cap. How are all you killers doing? Oh, we're chilling. Emma's over here laying in bed, being lazy, and about to cook some dinner here as soon as I get off here. Gonna make chicken Alfredo, but like one pan. So I got a bunch of chicken to cook, and then you get the big, pan. You put like a bunch of noodles in there and broth and cream and stuff and all this cheeses and chicken and broccoli and put it in the oven, bake it. I'm gonna do that when I get off here. Drew says Eddie versus Brian in 6 months at Brian's gym rematch would be cool to see. Agreed. Update on more training levels, etc. And Brian is an awesome thing to see. You think Eddie's gonna keep up with it? I don't know if he will. I mean, I haven't been following. Maybe he is keeping up with it, but I don't know. Is he? Make Kirill match happen. He needs to enter the arm wrestling arena already. Do I got to be the guy? I got to be the sacrificial lamb to try to get Kirill into the sport. Veronica says, hey, y'all, smash a like. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Actually, yeah, I didn't even mention that. You guys, can I get a thumbs up? We're at 39 people, 25 likes. If we can get a little like spike in the chat, I would appreciate that. I would appreciate it. Let's see. Veronica saying hey to Emma. Derek size pan. I know, right? Shmo says 100% MMA fighter breaks his leg and has to have titanium rods put in to repair it. Is he not allowed to throw kicks now because there's metal in there? Ooh, maybe. DF, my guy. J-Man says, hopefully y'all stay safe from the fires. Keep getting stronger there. Yes, strength is improving for sure. I arm wrestled this weekend. You guys can find it on Benji Mac's channel. DF will post a link right now. Got a little practicing, pulled with Dallas Langston a little bit and some other guys. It was fun. I felt better than I thought I'd feel. Although by the time I pulled Dallas, I think he'd already arm wrestled a good amount, so he might have been tired. I don't know. But for being this light and stuff, I felt fair. I felt fair. A lot to gain, a lot to grow. But I thought I was gonna be a lot weaker. If Eddie does or doesn't keep up with training, still good to see how much Brian progresses regardless. Yeah, I think Brian's, as far as I know, sticking at it. So, I mean, it's all up to Brian. As long as he can stay uninjured, I mean, I still feel he can go as far as he wants. Oh, Texas Prana. Oh, my God, he's anorexic now. Yeah, I guess we're swapping then, Mike. What do you got, 200 pounds yet? Chicken Alfredo is fettuccine. Yeah, well, I'm not using fettuccine noodles, so chicken Alfredo. But I think I grabbed bow tie pasta for this one. True, I have a good chance to beat Derek with my two hands now, says Drew. Mike, somebody asked if he's Ozempic, and poor Derek didn't know this item. Oh, wait, what? I asked what Ozempic was. I don't think anybody responded. I've heard the name, but I don't know what is it? What kind of pharmaceutical drug is that? I started training, but can't move my right arm now. Slow down. Lucas says, Giannis lost the argument versus Devon. Oh, did he? Benji, Vid with Derek. There you go. DF sharing the link right now. If you guys want to see me arm wrestling Sunday, 2 days ago, I guess, technically. There it is. Oh, people use it for drastic weight loss. Oh, no, I didn't do that. I just chilled out a little bit. Okay. What time is it? 5:15? 45 minutes, not bad. I think I plan on getting back into this, like I said, back into training things. I think doing the podcast is good. I like to keep my mind on arm wrestling. I took a bit of a break up here from thinking about arm wrestling a lot, and I can find myself getting rusty in terms of talking about it. So when I'm at practice or when I get to have a discussion about like the small nuances and like inner workings of arm wrestling, it's fun. I enjoy it. I love talking about arm wrestling and the technical aspect of it. So I think that to get the juices flowing, I think being on the podcast is good. Answering questions and things like that and talking about interesting topics is a positive thing for me. So I definitely, as I'm getting back into training and trying to get big and jacked again, I think it's going to be positive being on here with you guys who've always supported me. Appreciate that. Appreciate all the love. Okay. So everybody's saying hi. Emma, you want to come say hi?
Yeah. Can I talk?
Say hi. You guys haven't seen Emma in a while. She's about to be 13 in like a month.
Hi, guys. Haven't seen you guys in a year.
Yeah.
Hi.
In a year? You mean I haven't seen you since last year?
Oh, yeah, since last. Okay, that's embarrassing.
She's embarrassed now. Oh, yeah, I forgot you had that plan. She had that plan. She said, can you say to them, I haven't seen you since last year? I forgot to say it. Hey, guys, haven't seen you since last year. There we go. Got it, Em. See, he says, Monster Michael Todd needs to join MMA. Apparently, he's the only person who can withstand a full armbar for endless time frames from a 300-pound monster. Nelda says, are you still going to compete or just coach? I hope you didn't get discouraged because Devon kind of stole the Brian Shaw thing from you and then talk crap. Brian makes his own decision. I really don't care. Whatever. Yeah, no. No, I'm going to compete. Yeah, I'm not done. I'm not done yet. Not done. There's some interesting things happening in California on that kind of topic as well. Nothing has been decided or set in stone yet, but there's movements right now within the rankings. I'm going to sit back and see how things go, but there's a chance I could be potentially stripped of my ranking without getting beat by anybody and without turning down any matches. I might be stripped of the number one spot. It's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. They got rid of the other California rankings due to drama and things that happened, and they're restarting a different one. But there might be some crazy prerequisites. Like I have to re-prove myself, even though I've been number one for 3 years and nobody has challenged me to a match. I've got one call out for a match in 3 years. Yet I might not be ranked number one in a couple months due to some other people deciding we're making a different list just out of nowhere, even though no one wanted to have a match with me. Interesting. We'll see, though. Yeah. So Derek versus Dave Chafee 2025. Let's get it. Can Emma beat me now? Yeah. 100 out of 100. Derek, when were you pulling Langston over near the pad? How did your pec feel like strain? I think at some point my chest was straining because I was really trying to focus on using it. Corey McPhee, yo, what up, dude? Neaton says, is Devon bluffing about him being the strongest ever in Tbilisi, or is Gennady doomed? I don't know how I feel about that, Devon and Gennady. Gennady had a great answer for Devon. And I don't think people understand. The people that are diehard Devon fans are just blatantly like, oh, it was cheating. They called fouls the wrong way. And in a legit match, Devon went. Like, they're not looking at what Gennady did and why Gennady was successful. They're like fast forwarding past that to false starts and fouls, or Devon would have won. That people aren't thinking about. Gennady stopped Devon from Kings moving. Devon's ultimate defense was because Gennady was pressing at Devon and forcing Devon off the pad. Now, Gennady's very smart. So it's not, I don't think he did that unintentionally. I don't think he doesn't realize what he did. That's a very important thing to think about, guys, because nobody else does that. Nobody else has done that really successfully to Devon. Gennady's the only one. So all of a sudden, Devon's favorite defensive spot was gone. So the only choice Devon had left was to try to meet Gennady's center table. Now, I think Devon improved center table since then and things like that. But, yeah, the Kings move is kind of out if Gennady continues to do that, which I think he'll have no problem doing that or, pushing at Devon. That's very interesting that nobody was able to do that besides Gennady, which created the whole scenario where Devon had to fight him center table where Gennady ended up having advantage. So And Gennady's very smart, man. I mean, I'm like I said, Devon's my buddy. I'm a big Devon fan. It's just, I think you have to, due to the last time polling, Gennady won. So to all of a sudden say Devon's the hands down major favorite, it's rough. I don't know, man. I think, but Devon is really smart too, and he did get to feel it. He did get to feel Gennady and understands his pressures. But it's been a while, and Gennady. Oh man, this is why Gennady and Devon was my dream matchup for years. Is the matchup? I have a whole video begging for that match, and I've been saying it forever. That's my dream matchup because they're both so smart, and they can both have so many different abilities. It's so hard to predict it. I'll just sit back and watch it and be excited. Let's see. Okay, so do a California tournament, says the Legend of Nelda. Derek versus Meg Mike for number one. I don't know if your boy's problem solved, Shishmo. Oh no, yeah, I'm not gonna get too much into the inner workings and the drama, but yeah. Don't feel too bad. Derek, Corey West gets invited to the big shows, but he loses anyways. If you don't compete, are you still ranked though? You may beat them all, but they still need to compete somewhere. But if number two doesn't, if there's nobody that wants to smoke, well, that's not on me. I did my due diligence. I proved I was number one. I put in the work, I trained, I officially called out, gave time to the number one guy, called him out, whooped him. Now I no longer need to prove. It's up to somebody else to prove I'm not number one. Right? I don't need to, I proved it. Now, and I proved the other number one guy was not number one. Now somebody else needs to prove I'm not number one. I don't need to seek out things. I'm here. Come on up. Come get it. I don't need to chase things around. Number one guy doesn't need to chase things around. He gets challenged. And no one's challenging. No one knocking on the door. I need to go prove it. I need to go keep proving it. No, someone else can come take it from me. Devon watched out on the last round Gennady. He learned Gennady was injured this time around. Lucas, you can say the same thing for Devon last time. Dan John, yo! You are correct in my opinion, says Texas Prana. Derek, I challenge you, but you didn't want to face me in Vegas. Clearly, I'm best. And C says your ranking issue was same as Devon in heavyweight, 0 matches, 0 challenges, yet was forfeited a title. That's just ridiculous. Who's close to you in closest one to you, like in terms of strength? Who lives closest? Well, Mega Mike's number 2. I think Tom Nelson's number 3. And then I forget after that how it was. I want the smoke dog. Everybody's saying this. Nelda says you should make yourself a custom title belt and declare yourself King of Cali. I got this right here. This is the King of Cali crown. I'll tell you what, I ain't giving it up till someone beats me and takes it. So you can make your own new list. Do whatever you want. Until someone has a match with me and beats me and takes it, which is going to be stupid because they're going to make a list and no one's going to recognize it as true, which is the whole point of building a ranking list, is that it should be accurate. So if they make a list, but everybody's like, that's wrong, then what's the point of making the list? Anyway. Compete, period. Like Hermes hasn't pulled in 11 months. If his match falls through, it'll be over a year without competing. You lose your rank. Same goes for state arm wrestling as well. But okay, but what's the make me understand why, like in terms of ranking, what activity has to do with that if no one's challenging you? If no one's trying to take your rank and you're number one, especially, then explain why I have to have activity if no one wants the match. Make it make sense. If no one wants a match, explain why the number one guy would have to have activity. Make it make some kind of sense to me. Alan Fishman ready to compete? Yeah, sorry, Alan Fishman, super strong. Tom Nelson's still in the game. I don't believe that. Yeah, he's still there. Derek will not give up the legacy crown. No, but I'm saying, like, if no one, but that's the thing is people want matches. Me and Dennis Blankoff are a little bit different. Like, I'm here. I want it. No one wants it. Didn't you lose to the guy that went to prison? Is he ranked in Cali? No, he's not from California. He's you're talking about Austin Jaggers. I don't know if he went to prison first off. I'm not going to comment on that. But he's from No, he's like on the East Coast somewhere. Where's he from? Oh, no, he was like Kansas or something. No, was he? Central or East? He's that way. Jaggers, if no one wants to pull Levon, is he no longer number one? Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. Until someone like, and it would be ridiculous for anybody to be like, well, especially for like the number 2 guy who's not challenging number 1 guy, to be like, okay, has it been long enough? All right, give it to me. Give me the title. Well, just arm wrestle him. No. I just want it. Like, how dumb. That'd be so ridiculous. MC says everyone should make their own list. Then everyone can be a winner. Forget equal opportunity. Everyone wants equal outcome. After all, it's true. Drew says everyone wants to pull Levon. He doesn't want to pull but 1 or 2 times a year, sadly. But he does at least say pull enough to stay active technically. Kentucky. Thanks, Mo. There you go, Kentucky. Sorry. I understand. Okay, talking about Jaggers. Nilda says it's a simple fix. The guy who the list makers want to be number 1 must pull you when there's number 1. Yeah, wouldn't that count? They'd still get beat. Have you always been natty throughout your career? Oof, man, hard-hitting questions, man. Mike Ford, there he is. Mike is who I was supposed to have the match with Philippines. He declined the match. He turned it down. He said he was scared he was going to lose. No, I'm just kidding. Match got canceled due to sponsors backing out. Mike was probably going to beat me. He's probably going to whoop me. There he is, though, the big guy. MC, of course, I was making a point under that situation to make a point. Of course, people will want to pull Levon. Nelda says, thoughts on Levon versus Jerry and Hermes versus Monster Michael Todd. Levon versus Jerry. Levon played it perfect. Levon connected his wrist to Jerry's wrist, steering his forearm outside of his shoulder blade. So that way Jerry couldn't access his move. And yeah, basic, simple, strong. That's it. I wonder if Jerry thought Levon was going to go to the straps and like stay up in his hand, and Jerry be able to access his flop. Levon's not a dumb arm wrestler by any means. So pretty basic. That's what you do when you pull a flop presser, who especially that you feel that you're stronger than. Just connect here. So if they flop, it doesn't matter. They just have to move your arm, and you just move their forearm, go below the wrist. But you have to be a lot stronger in them, or as strong as them, or at least a little bit stronger in the bicep and the chest. Levon was. And then the other one was Hermes and Monster Michael Todd. My thoughts on who wins? Well, obviously you have to have Hermes as the favorite against Michael Todd. Wait. No. Yeah, wait. Yeah, I'm not too. I don't know. I'm gonna have to chew on that. Veronica Knight says, who's the next super matches at practice? I don't know. I don't usually set those up anymore. The other guys set them up when they want them. Mike Ford, I feel it'd be better to hold an event in SG instead of PH. Opinion. Fantastic, Drew yourself. 9:30 a.m. here in Malaysia. Sun is shining. I can't complain. Okay. All right. Everybody talking to each other. Did Gabby prove that Barbara isn't the Levon, meaning the unstoppable, impossible foe? She did prove that and had a good showing. Yeah. Gabby's crazy strong. Yeah, and definitely did show that Barbara can be beaten for sure. Okay. Corey says, I get what you're saying. So who's going to be replacement Cali number 1 if not you? If they change the ranking, then all you need to do is have a match and prove you're number 1 again. Yeah. But then I got it's just crazy to me to think that I might have to go out there and chase somebody else down when no one challenged me or tried to take the spot. I might lose it for no reason. Didn't decline any matches. I might lose it and then have to chase somebody. And there's a good chance if the future I'm thinking might happen, there's a good chance it'll be Tom Nelson that's number 1 suddenly. And then suddenly I'm going to have to chase down Tom again to get the number 1 spot if I want it, which we saw what happened with me and Tom. And Tom lost to Mega Mike in a super match too. Tom's 3rd. And then some crazy stuff might happen where me and Mike have to chase down Tom again without losing to him, without him beating us. We might have to chase him down. It'll be hilarious. It'll be hilarious. Derek, are any of your teammates going to the Arnold's Knuckles Up event? Not that I've been told about. MC, I'm calling now. Corey West will be the new number one in California. If not, perhaps Bowen. That would be interesting. All right, guys, I'm gonna start wrapping this up. Cover the topic. I want to just get back in here, get the wheels moving again. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get back here, and I want to get back here on Wednesdays and do this. I need to get my head more in the game again, get back into it, and start gaining. Like I said, I gained 11 pounds in the last couple of weeks, and we'll keep gaining. See how high we go. I'm not gonna try to get like 400 pounds or nothing, but I'd like to usually be about 350, 345, 350. So we'll see how that goes. Just keep eating and lifting and eating and lifting. Got the pellets, got the testosterone pellets done. So there's that. I forgot to mention that. I told you guys about a while ago. Yeah, so feeling good and things are moving. Things are moving. So I don't know what else to say. I'm not sure what else to say. All right. There's some cool stuff. Cool stuff she's kind of been working on. I don't know exactly where and when it's going to be available, but the cool shirts we've been designing. We got one that's like has the Alpha Empire logo, like Timo logo, but on the back it says "Arm wrestle me, bro." It takes up the whole back of the shirt. It's pretty cool. I had her make that. So we have some cool stuff. I want to get some shorts made pretty soon with the team logo, or maybe I can get some other ones that just say like "Arm Wrestler" or something, or so that way everybody else can wear them if you don't want to rep the team. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, as always, message me on Instagram. I'm easy to get a hold of. Arm wrestlers have legs. Yeah. Hey, I got big calves. I don't want to hear it. Do you have abs right now, Derek? No, I don't. Sorry. Let's see. What are the pellets name? And is there a half-life with them? Like a Cypionate has a half-life of 8 days. Oh, I don't know. They just call them testosterone pellets. I'm not sure exactly what kind of testosterone they're using. School lady boy was worried about you, buddy. What's up? Lies. He never answers his phone or text. Yeah, Instagram. Derek has like, yeah, hit me up, guys, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Emma, say bye. Louder. Bye. Louder. Bye. I don't know if you heard Emma say bye. She said bye. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. See you.